This is Gilbert Villegas, and you're watching the FLAVA Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up? It's your boy Los LOS from the FLAVA Podcast. You are listening and watching the FLAVA Podcast.
We're back. We didn't change.
But Chicago pizza or New York pizza?
Oh, I'm with Chicago pizza all day, bro. That's
Tom.
White Tom.
Because I like chasing the rats.
The rats. Can you put your finger up for a second? Like this? Up like this, like you're about to point something.
Oh.
So this is going to be... Yo, what's up? It's your boy Los LOS from the FLAVA Podcast. You are listening and watching the FLAVA Podcast. What's up, Liz?
Yay! Oh.
I actually can say what's up, Liz. It's been like, how many episodes you ever been on? 4? It seems like 5 or 6, really.
Maybe.
But I've been doing it. I've been holding it down.
You've been holding it down. I be so proud of you. When I'm like, when I see the post or when I see the new video, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my big brother.
I'm trying to be
he's doing
funny
great.
without you. That's kind of difficult.
It's hard. You know, there's only one of me, guys. There's only one of me.
Even though I love who we had here. We had
Yeah.
Paloma Greer.
Yeah,
and
she's
we got
also
Sully.
great. Yeah.
So they did great too. Yeah.
Yeah,
they did.
they fit in my chair really good, you know. I know I bring the sparkle, y'all.
Yeah. But the last time you were supposed to be here, I was trying to do a surprise for you.
Really?
I really was.
Oh.
So it was going to just be you and Sully
Oh.
for Women's Month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't show.
And I didn't show up.
You
I
didn't
forgot what
show.
happened. Something happened.
Something happened last minute.
Something happened.
happened.
Yeah, I don't remember. So you know something's always happening with me. Like,
And Sully was,
I have that
Sully was
luck.
excited too because she didn't find out till she got here.
Oh, till she got here.
So she was like waiting for you. And then I came in, and of course, at this time. So
No wonder she messaged me, and I'm like, oh, girl, I'm going through it. Life is lifing.
life is life.
Life is lifing.
Life's been lifing.
Life has been
It has been
lifing,
lifing.
you know? And then we're only in April.
I think for me, the world's been lifing.
Yeah. I've been praying so hard for peace. It's so heavy.
It's like we wake up and we don't know what happened while we were sleeping.
Expecting?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happens when we're sleeping?
Yeah,
I think that's like my biggest prayer before I go to sleep. It's like, if I don't wake up, Lord, just give me peace. Give my soul peace. Because, man, you just never know, bro.
I believe we're going to wake up, but we might be upset. Like most times we're upset. We're like, what the heck?
What happened?
What
What did we
happened?
miss? Yeah. It's unfortunate.
But anyways, I can't even say week. How has been your month and a half?
Month and a half. Busy, man. Busy. I finished my book, the editing, all of that. I'm just
Awesome.
waiting for my friend to finish the cover. And waiting for that moment, not maybe moment, but I've prayed about this, and I talked about it to someone, a friend of mine, because they're like, your book is great, like why don't you publish it already? And I feel that I'm not ready because once I'm successful, and if I'm not,
Call it, girl. Call that.
you know, because I am, you know, I know that it's gonna be a hit. I know
let's go.
that I'm gonna be great.
Okay.
I know that, like
Let's
it's
go.
a given.
I love
like,
that.
You know, I know that. But I'm not walking through that door yet because with all that money, with fame, comes
Girl,
responsibility.
come on now. Come on.
comes
You-
responsibility.
This is the way you feeling? All right.
Yeah, you know,
Alright.
because I've been knowing this for a long time. But again, I'm not walking through that door because I want to be able to make the right decisions. And when you're not healed, you don't make the right decisions. When you have a lot of money and you are not healed, you have access to all of these things.
You
Right.
scared to be becoming Britney Spears?
Yeah, I don't want to be a cover Spears. So like no, so I'm gonna take that step when I know when God whispers in my ear, okay, mija, take that
You
step.
know, I could see that for you because as many as fans that you have,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I
that
love
book goes
my
out, they're gonna go
people.
crazy.
Yeah, I love my people, and people are excited. Like I have people reaching out to me, like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? I'm ready. Like I want to
Yeah,
read it. You know, because I'm open about what I go through. I'm open about my story. I'm not ashamed of the things that I did. I'm not ashamed of who I was, and people need to hear that because
Little Tiny?
Little Tiny. I'm not ashamed of Tiny. You know, she had to exist for me to be here. So yeah, that's what's been going on. Traveling, I went to Boston, which was a really great experience. You know, I didn't travel at all last year because of what was going on.
Yeah.
And then you know what's the crazy part? Dude, I land on Sunday, and guess what happened on Monday?
Okay, what happened?
ICE was at the airports.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Literally the next
hanging out.
day.
You're like, you can't get me now.
I'm already here. And my girl's like, dude, que eres la favorita de Dios. You're God's favorite for real.
You know what? I didn't even think about that till now, right? You just got that done.
Literally.
Wow.
And I'm like, I wake up with like six or seven missed calls. A few from my dad, a few from my friends. Are you safe? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? They're like, oh, it's because they're in the airports. I'm like, oh, I'm here. I'm at home. Like, I'm good. Yeah,
I got these little papers now.
I ain't
Leave
papers.
me
I'm
alone.
good. I'm safe. Leave me alone.
I love it. Man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
So right now till you said that. Yeah.
So how are you? How has everything been?
Man, busy. David Shands is keeping me busy. May 28th at the Chicago Theater Works. We got the king of podcasting and entrepreneurship, business entrepreneurship, coming down with Donnie Wiggins, David Shands himself coming from Atlanta, and
sharing those
blessing.
nuggets.
Yeah, he's going to bless Chicago and do a 100% free show. Well, let me say this: general admission is 100%.
Yeah, you have a
VIP
VIP
is a little bit
thing
different.
going on,
Yeah,
right?
the
Okay.
dinner's a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's coming down and he's gonna share with people, man.
That's awesome. I'm really excited.
I'm like out of my skin right now.
I bet you are.
I'm like, I really got David Shands calling me every other day, asking about this and asking about that, and
so
making
cool,
sure I'm
dude.
okay.
I'm so
And I'm
proud
like,
of
oh
you.
man, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait for that day. So I'm gonna show him a little bit of our culture,
Okay.
the Puerto Rican culture.
Yeah, you
So
should.
we're gonna have some
So you can
bombas,
leave
some
with
plena.
a great taste of Chicago when
Yeah,
he goes back home.
yeah, it's gonna be
I
pretty
love
cool.
it. I love
He's gonna go back with a guayabera.
A little bit of
He's gonna-
everything.
I'm telling you, the guy's gonna. We're gonna treat him good. The guy's gonna be really happy.
I love it.
So yeah, doing that, putting that together, and just work, and
Yeah, you got this, man. You got this. And you got a team with you. So you got people that love you and they're behind you. So
thank you.
We got
Thank
your
you.
back.
Thank you. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, I gotta tell you something new.
Oh,
So I'm gonna tell them first.
Okay.
So this segment right here is brought to you from La Sandwishera. La Sandwishera is on Division Street. You want some Puerto Rican sandwiches or some sandwiches? You want a good place? They call it the Cheers, the place to be and hang out with your friends. La Sandwishera on Division Street.
are they open today?
They are open today.
Let's go.
We might be able to go. We might be able to stretch that out. Yeah.
My mouth got watery as soon as you said that sandwich. And I'm like,
So they're bringing in this or that.
oh, let's
All right,
go.
cool.
Awesome.
So are you ready for
Hot
topics?
topic.
So hot topic. What is the hot topic? I said this or that. What is the hot
You
topic?
said this or that. I'm
I
like,
sure
you mean
did.
hot topic? Because we're not doing this or that.
Yeah.
My hot topic. Well, I know you don't have young kids anymore, but when you did have young kids, or when you do have young grandchildren, how would you feel about your grandchildren taking the school bus? Or how do you feel about the school bus in general?
That's a toughie. That's a toughie.
No.
Since I drive for the city.
Yeah.
I'm a bus driver for the city. You know what I'm saying? I see them.
Yeah.
And I see, we're really strict at CTA.
Yeah.
We're really, really strict
Yeah.
on things we do. And I see these bus drivers that are driving the yellow buses not doing so good
Yeah,
of
'cause
things
they
out
have
there.
children.
Yeah.
Children.
And we're trained, we got people on our buses and whatnot. We got lives to
Yeah.
be really, really careful.
Yeah, to be careful.
And we try, but these bus drivers, I don't think they have the same.
And that's the crazy part,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the crazy part. So in Florida, Sumner County, Florida, a Florida bus driver was arrested for she stopped, but she stopped too late. So the back of the bus was clipped by a train
Okay.
with 26 children inside.
Okay.
And when the children were yelling at her, like, "What are you doing?" She said she won't stop for a train.
She said she won't stop for trains?
Yeah.
Well, trains are going to stop on top of them.
And a few of the videos came out from the kids that were in there, and the proximity of the bus and the kids, they could have died. And that bus was, I mean, the train was coming fast. Like, it was one of those fast trains. It wasn't one of those, you know how they got the ones that we have?
Yeah, the ones,
the slow
ones that go across.
Oh, Lord, I hate those trains. They're
just 20 minutes, 30
minutes to pass by.
So
no, not one of those.
Were kids hurt?
No, by the grace of God, it just clipped the end of the bus. And she was like, able to pull out.
So she must have been speeding across.
I guess she was trying to get through, but she made it clear that she won't stop for a train.
This was where again?
In Florida.
Yeah, it would be Florida. It would be Florida.
Yeah, I just hope that with this happening, and she was arrested. So with her, being arrested, I hope it sends out a message to bus drivers. Yeah. And when you see something, please call. They have numbers on the back, and I've been one of them Karens. I will call if I see you driving crazy and you have kids that don't belong to you. Yeah. These are lives that are not yours.
Crazy people come from the Bronx and all of Florida.
Yeah, and all of Florida. I believe it because, man, I was baby. Like, what is he doing?
Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, I'm glad they're okay. My hot topic is what we just talked about earlier.
I don't know.
Dory
brain. What did we talk about earlier?
Dory brain. I know your Dory brain just turned on the internet.
Yeah.
The war is like, first, we're not in a war. We are in a war. We're in a war. We're not in a war.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Are we in a war?
Well, our troops
we're killing people.
Our troops are being sent out there.
Aren't they, right?
They
are. Yeah, they are now.
They are. They're being sent out there. We've had troops that died.
It's just crazy.
And they lied about the numbers.
From what they're saying, you can't really trust legacy media anymore. So you have to get your media from other places, other sources, because legacy media is not going to cover it. Yeah. They're too afraid to get sued. So we got to find these podcasters that are really into it.
And actually answering the questions, like, how many of our troops have actually died in a war that's not even theirs to fight?
Yeah.
Like, these are our kids, and they're so young. That's the crazy part. Like, these babies, they don't even turn 23, 24, and they're out there,
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I know so many veterans that they were out there, when we were September 11, after September 11, I have friends that are veterans, and they're so neglected. They are so
huge.
Neglected.
They're on the street. I pick them up on the street all the time.
It is just so crazy, and it's so sad. Like, they were willing to give their lives for us, and
they're on the street right now.
And they're on the street. They're hungry, suicidal.
Oh, yeah.
PTSD through the roof.
De todo.
Addicted to all kinds of drugs because that's the only way that they can cope. And it's like, here we are sending out more.
And the thing is now is that they raise the age to 42. So when they do the draft, if they do a draft, it's up to 42.
Y'all better start coming
crazy,
out. If they show up at your house, y'all better start coming out.
That's crazy. Look out. I beat it by 10 years.
You beat it,
I beat it by 10 years. But I got a son, and I got nephews. Well, my nephew, he's like, hoorah. He's a Marine already. Yeah. He's a retired Marine, but he said, I'll go back. So I'm like, oh, boy.
My baby, I can't let my baby go. That's my only baby. That's my only child. Ain't no way.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Ain't no way.
Isn't it? Wow.
Ain't no way.
Let's go straight to this commercial, and we'll be right back.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Los from the FLAVA Podcast. Did you know that in a research study, reishi has been shown to have anti-cancer properties, anti-tumor effects? It helps detox the body and regulates the immune system. Whether your immune system needs to be controlled or boosted, Gano can help you there. And natural coffee that changes people's lives. Get your daily dose of 150 antioxidants in 1 cup while enjoying the flavor of this beautiful coffee. Natural coffee never tasted this good.
And we were back, and that was Gano Excel Mushroom Reishi Coffee. Look at my hair is getting long, you guys. As you can see, look, I could do that. I could do the Farrah Fawcett kind of thing here.
Every time, bro. It's like
Gano Excel Mushroom Reishi Coffee is great for your hair. It's great for your gut health and your skin. There is no pimples on this face. That's right. Gano Excel. Description's on the bottom. Go down there and click the link. What up, Liz?
What it do? Was that a shot at me because I have pimples on my face?
Oh,
no, bro.
Are you having the Gano Excel? Have you been trying it?
Maybe I should, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Like, you throwing shots?
I ain't see no pimples. I ain't see no... Are we putting them out? I'll zoom in on them.
Don't zoom in, bro. Don't zoom in. Don't do that to me. You know, I'd be a little conscious about those.
So you ready for our guest? Our guest is on
I'm
tape.
ready. I'm so ready. I'm really excited to hear the story of how it started.
How it started and
Yeah.
the things he's been doing for the community and
Yeah.
where's his heart.
Yeah.
Right? Because to do the work that he does, you need heart. It's not a paycheck because it's not a very big paycheck.
No, you have
We
to
gotta
love
admit
what
that.
you're doing. You have
Yeah.
to love the people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're serving the people.
So on the table right now, we have Gilberto Gil. I'm going to mess up your last name. Go ahead and do it.
Villegas.
Yeah, guys, there you go. If you watch the show, you know I mess up everybody's last name. I don't do it
Yeah.
on purpose. It just happens. It just
Yeah.
happens. So thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me
Yes.
this
Thank you
afternoon.
for being
Awesome,
here.
awesome. So are we in your ward or no? We're
No,
just right out of it.
Used to be.
Okay.
So during every 10 years, they do a redistricting. And so this was in my ward from 2015 until 2023. Then from 2023, I have another portion of the city now.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
awesome.
So I'm very familiar with the area, but when I saw the address to come down to the studio, I was like, oh, this is great. Like 8 minutes away. So it's perfect.
You're not
Perfect.
far at all.
On a Sunday too,
Oh, it's excellent.
when everything's nice out there and there's no traffic.
That's right.
A little brisk walk, was it? Or
No, actually, I drove over here, but
Okay.
had I, I should have taken a walk over here. It is
take
beautiful
a-
outside.
It is beautiful. Just leave your car and just come back for it later.
Awesome. So I didn't introduce you this way. You're an alder person, alderman.
Yeah. So I guess it depends on how what people feel comfortable with. I just alderman is fine with me.
Okay, cool. Old school.
Yeah, I'm old school. Yeah,
They're old school. Yes, I don't say Latinx either.
yeah thank you.
We're all Latinos.
So they changed it to older person?
Yeah.
They actually changed it to Alder, ALDER,
Okay.
down in Springfield.
Oh.
And when you take a look at how your local municipal elected officials are in the country, they're usually city council members.
Yeah.
So I would have preferred to be called a council member instead of an alder. Because when I go to,
Yeah.
like when I'm in different cities across the country at these conventions or conferences rather, they're like, hey, what are you? I was like, well, I'm an alderman from Chicago. And they're like, oh, that's right. You guys are the alderman. But everybody else is a city council member.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever.
that
It is what it is.
I would prefer city council.
Me too.
Council member
Yeah,
too.
it's weird for other places to other states when you say what they actually ask what's an alder person.
Yeah.
Alderman.
What
They
are
don't know what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, when Jesse was on here too, we saw some comments and people were like, "What's an alder person?"
Yeah. Yeah. So an alder person, alderman, alderwoman is the equivalent of a city council member in different municipalities throughout the country rather.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do,
Yep.
and the area you do it in.
Cool. So you want me to go back to
No, right now. Just what do you do right now?
cool. Well, so right now I'm an alderman in the 36th ward. There's 50 wards throughout the city. And I represent the 36th ward, which encompasses communities like Ukrainian Village, West Town, West Humboldt Park, Belmont Craig, and a little bit of Dunning. And these are communities that make up about 60,000 residents of the city of Chicago.
Wow, Ukrainian Village.
Yep.
You go that far down?
I go that far east, yeah. So during the redistricting back in 2011, 2012, the state of Illinois passed that there would be no smoking in public establishments
Yeah.
or in government buildings, right?
Yeah.
So when you go to a casino, you forget when you go to a casino in Las Vegas that there's smoking
there's
there. Here, there's no smoking. So there's no smoking in buildings. So I say that is that when we were debating the redistricting, the Latino community saw an increase in population. And so we were advocating for a reflection of the increase in population. So we wanted to try to get like 15 or 16 seats. Well, there was outside special interests that were advocating against it. And as a result of that, I was leading the efforts to increase the seats. And since I was the one leading it, I got punished by the drawing of the map.
Okay.
And
gave
we only
it to
picked up
you.
you only picked up one seat. But the reality is that as much as they thought they were trying to give it to me, I grew up in that area as a kid.
I did
So
too.
I lived over there by North Avenue and Bell,
Okay.
North Bells.
I lived in Augusta and Hoyne.
Yeah, and then when I was I had purchased one of the lofts back in 1996, and I remember purchasing this loft. It's like a condo, and my mom we had never owned as kids, and so I go tell my mom, hey, I'm buying this loft for $101,000. And I remember it's like freaking out, like $100,000 for this is crazy, not even a house.
What year again?
1996.
96.
96.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So we buy the loft, take my mom there, and she's like, "Mijo, this is an apartment. Like, well, it's a loft, condo. She said, this is an apartment.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, I'm thinking now I'm trying to second guess myself. I'm like, you know what? I do it, but I moved back into the Bucktown area, which is now called Bucktown. Back when I was a kid, it was Westtown. But, in order to sell real estate, they called it Bucktown. And I remember I was there for a couple years, made some money on my investment, and then moved out to Portage Park area.
Okay. Awesome. You're real close. Yeah, I grew up there. I went to Columbus School.
Okay.
Christopher Columbus School. I was there. And I also went to Chopin, which was on
Oh, yeah.
Western.
That's so Chopin's in my ward.
Yeah. So how far down do you go on Augusta?
Well, I go all the way down to Wood.
To what?
Yeah.
Oh, so you stop just short by Columbus. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm on Augusta.
Oh, no. You stop by 13th District. Is it still there?
No, it's closed.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So during the 2012, I think Rahm Emanuel consolidated some of the police departments, and as a result of that, they consolidated that one, and now the 13th district is closed, and now they have the 12th district, which services that area.
Okay.
Which is ironic because now I'm fighting for a satellite office in order to take into account the reduction in police officers and the correlation of increase in not violent crimes, but more about people breaking into cars, stealing stuff, and so
The petty
we're trying to deal with the petty crimes. Yeah.
I like that you mentioned that because people, when you watch the news, it seems like the violence is really high, but then we hear the mayor saying the violence is down. How is that possible?
So again,
Are they focused? The media just focusing on the violence and not?
no. Well, I think when you're looking at any type of report, I mean, you can manipulate it the way you want it to be manipulated. And so when the mayor talks about 75% of crimes being cleared, that's just not accurate. You have to talk to you need to talk to the detectives and the police department to kind of figure out what that looks like. But again, he's in charge of his messaging, and so he's going to message it the way that he wants. Now, listen, there's been a reduction of crime across the country. It's not just Chicago. You've seen it in New York, LA, Philly. It's calmed down, but we're still higher than we were pre-pandemic, and so we shouldn't be saying, hey, crime is down based off the pre-pandemic levels and then spiking the football. It's like, hey, we still got work to do. And so I think that there's an opportunity where there's a balance, right? We're making sure that we're working with our partners in Springfield to take a look at some of these laws. We're also making sure we're taking a look at some of the programs that people need to get into. And I think back as a kid, like we didn't go downtown all the time. We went
Not
down
really.
there. No, not really.
It was rare.
Right? Yeah, and so we were out on our block, before the lights came on. When the lights came on, you got to come back in.
We're at a schoolyard. We're
Exactly.
At some schoolyard around the block,
playing sports and just goofing off, and that's fine. But I think that there needs to be more activities for the young.
Yeah, they definitely need more after school activities, more during school. They don't even have the ability to go outside anymore, I hear, in some schools because they don't have the funding to give them that. They don't have, the playground?
Yeah.
And of course, crime is going to go up if we don't have the resources for these kids to spend time doing something else other than committing crimes and stealing,
Back in the day, we used to have the Boys and Girls Club.
Right.
I used to hang out there all the time. That's where I learned how to do archery, how to play, how to play pool, how to swim. I was at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, we definitely need more of that, and the Park District needs to put some more programming in place in order to deal with that. I mean, we spend a ton of money with parks and schools, and there needs to be better management of both those entities.
Yeah.
So what do you think about these kids going downtown and acting a fool?
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on that because this is everyone's city.
Yeah.
Everyone has a right to enjoy it. I think what happens is that when you're thinking about young, and I'm trying to think, I have an 18-year-old and a 22-year-old, and the amount of testosterone in those kids right now, and then you couple that with, young potential females, and all of a sudden, two guys are goofing off, and maybe someone insults someone, and it's on social media. Hey, next thing you know, it just escalates. I think that we need to figure out how to deal with that. But as it relates to like going downtown, I mean, we need to figure out a way where we can invite kids downtown, but also have some type of activity or programming to let them know and explore the city.
Yeah.
And there's funding for that. It's just a matter of coordinating it, whether it's to the Park District, and we can have them go to, to the Millennium Park, and have some activities there. If you want to hang out down there, no problem.
Because a lot of these kids don't even have the money to get there. They don't have the money. That's why they hang out with friends that have the access to get there.
Well,
they find their way there. But they don't have money to get an ice cream, or so they just do things that they're not supposed to be doing.
Well, and I don't mind those small things. I really don't. It's when it escalates, when you have someone bringing a gun down there, and then all of a sudden, someone's disrespected and then escalates. Right. And I think that's where we're trying to solve for that.
That happened recently,
Yeah,
right?
it happened recently, yeah. And so, we're concerned about that. We want those kids to, again, explore the city. Yeah. But we want to make sure that they're doing it correctly. We want to make sure parents are holding their kids accountable.
Because a lot of that comes from the parents.
Yeah.
And parents don't want to take accountability for that. It makes me so mad. They don't want to take accountability.
I forgot what state's trying to get the parent in trouble when the kid gets in trouble. What do you think about that?
A few states.
Well, no, I think that's an overreach. But I do want to make sure that parents, when they are bringing a child into this world, that they understand that's their responsibility. And family helps. I mean, listen, my dad died when I was 8, so my mom had to raise 2 boys, and so we were fortunate to have a good family network. Well, listen, my mom, I remember going. I thought my mom was a ventriloquist because she'd be able to speak to you without moving her mouth and be like, "You better get over here." And I'm like, and my mom, all 5'1.5", and don't forget the half. She was an imposing force in our family, and she would be in your business. Yeah. And now as a man has 2 boys, I'm in their business, and so I understand.
You have to be in their business.
Yeah, I understand that why she was doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Because young men and boys and girls left to their own device will explore and be curious and sometimes get in trouble, and so they're trying to minimize that.
But should they be something for the parent to be like, okay, well, your kid destroyed this property, or your kid did something bad to somebody else? Should it be fines or something like that? I don't see locking up the parent.
Yeah, but
maybe a fine or something.
Well, I think if we're talking about like property, I don't have a problem with that being pursued. To make sure that the person who didn't have anything to do with something and I got their property damaged, there has to be some type of recourse for them.
Right.
So I'm okay with that.
Right.
But it's more around, I don't want to lock up the parent for something that the
I don't think
child.
that should happen either. Yeah. But something should happen where they're like, okay,
don't
screw up, kid, because you're screwing me up too.
Well, there has to be, it's consequences and accountability.
Right.
I mean, it's very simple. I mean, if you do something wrong, we have laws on the books for a reason. So we're trying to maintain a society here, civil society here, and so we got to make sure those laws that are put forward by legislators are actually followed.
Yeah.
And so there has to be some understanding that as society changes, those laws will change as well. And I'm okay again with making sure if it's damage to property that
I'm 100% good with that, because let's say back in the day when you and I, I'm 52 years old. You and I were growing up, if we did something wrong or we broke something, our parents fixed it, and there was no law there. They just took care
Correct.
of it. Now it's like these kids are just breaking stuff and no one's taking care of it.
And we're almost. I'm a little older. I'm 55, but I remember I specifically remember playing baseball. My mom told me not to play baseball, and we broke the window. Yeah. And we were renting, so we had to pay for the window.
You had to pay for the window.
And so I had to do some chores in order to pay back that window, but my mom was ultimately the one who paid for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think also something we have to remember is that the parents of the younger kids, right, like they didn't receive the same parenting. So there's not that much strictness. Like how
there's not.
You had the way that your mom the way that you guys were brought up, very different to the way that I was brought up, which is very different to how 22-year-olds and 23-year-olds are bringing up their kids. So that's something that we also have to keep in mind, which correlates with what you said, that the laws have to change with society, and I think adding a little reminder, if your kids are messing up and you're not doing anything about it, it gets to the point where your kids have been arrested multiple times, or it's obvious that you don't care, right? Because I've seen it at daycares even. I worked at a daycare for 10 years, and we're talking about, little kids, and when you mention the smallest thing, parents don't care. And if they don't care at a young age when the child's brain is like a sponge, and that's literally at the point where you're supposed to be bringing them up right, with manners, with respect, and you don't care, how is that gonna, show it when they're 10, 15 years old? All of that, it falls in place.
Yeah, we have to remember a lot of common sense things. I think a lot of, unfortunately, right now.
That's the problem.
Right?
That's the problem right there.
Yeah, no, it's just everyone, all this ideology, and you're just like, let's just get back to like some of the like basic things here.
Yes.
If you mess up, you are held accountable,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And making sure that we're sending a message that everyone has a right to live here. Everyone has a right to to do almost anything. But if you do something wrong, there's consequences.
Yeah.
That's
Own
it.
up to it. Own up to it, and fix it.
Yeah. So I'm a very straight, common sense person.
Yeah.
And I try to govern that way, and I try to talk to my colleagues, not just at the city level, but through all levels, just about common sense. Right? How do some people want to do programs and say, okay, well, how are we going to pay for it? We're going to do this. Okay, well, let's figure out, is that realistic? And if it is realistic, then what's the time frame to actually get it implemented? So that way, we're going to have a successful program.
Yeah.
Versus just some folks just screaming about things, and they need to do, you need to do all these things. And you're like, this is not a hashtag. Like this is straight up like we're trying to get policy change. We're trying to effectuate change for the better. But let's be realistic on how we're what the time frame is to accomplish this. And then also what it takes to actually accomplish this. You can get more bees with honey, and so that's the approach that I
tell
take.
people that all the time.
Yeah, it's just a very common sense is that's and people say, Gil, common sense is not as common as it was before, and it takes people that are more pragmatic to try to figure out how to get things done.
So Gil, how long have you been in Alder? Man,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to not say person because I'm so used to saying person.
Since 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm 11 years. I'm one of the senior Latino members in the city council at 11 years, which is, I say that, but it's not very. There should be more senior Latino members in city council, but I'm the senior one now. We have a couple that retired, but in some cases we're seeing that these some of these politicians that are in place now, depending on where you're at within the spectrum of the Democratic Party, are trying to have these purity tests, and they're basically like, well, you're not with me 100%, so now we're going to try to take you out, and then they put you in with a freshman, and then next thing you know, the community lost. Because as a person who has been in office for 11 years, I chair a committee. I chair the Economic Capital and Technology Committee for the city, which is big, because we think about the economic development within the city. I'm in charge of incentives, working with businesses to try to create jobs. Capitals, infrastructure. So the infrastructure bill comes through my committee as we make investments into the city. And then technology. That's something that I'm big on right now, is a technology, even though I'm an older young man. But I understand. But I understand technology because I've always followed it as a young man. Yeah. And I remind people that government, like, we don't manufacture or sell widgets. Like, we provide a service. And how can we do it in a manner that's quicker, more transparent, and makes it easier for people and businesses to participate in government?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So those are the things so that's my committee. I chair that committee. And so if I were to be taken out by, let's say, someone else because I didn't agree with them 100%, but 99%, we get a new freshman in, and then they have no committee, and then they have no say really in how committees are going to move within the direction of the city.
Oh, wow.
So that's the punishment. They throw you a freshman.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Well, you mentioned something that as a CTA bus driver, right? That's my full time job for the last 22 years. I'm a retired.
And I would say my mom's husband retired from CTA.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
He was there for 30 plus years.
God bless
Wait,
his
did you
soul.
mention to him about the
God bless
picture?
him.
Oh yeah. Also, you had a
picture.
photo of Cheche Jimenez.
Yeah.
So he was married to my godmother.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I've been into him lately. Like what he tried to do, what he did do, because he did some really
And then
cool stuff.
there's a gentleman named Omar Lopez who was with Cheche. He was the secretary of the Young Lords. He does some volunteer work for me. He's
Really?
an older gentleman, yeah.
I would love to meet him.
Yeah,
man.
he's a good dude.
I would love to meet him.
And he's Mexicano. So
Okay.
this is a time when the Young Lords were predominantly a Puerto Rican group,
yeah.
but he was the
He stood out.
the treasurer. Yeah.
He stood out.
He was the treasurer.
Come on, somebody. I love that. But I wanted to get to
CTA you were talking about.
CTA. These lanes, these bike lanes, man.
Yeah.
We hate them. Why are we trying to be New York? It's like that's what New York has, you know? It's like, who thought about these bike lanes? And I know there's people watching right now, especially my fellow bus drivers that watch my show. We hate these bus lanes. They're in the way.
Yeah.
The streets are smaller. If an ambulance needs to get by, guess what?
Yeah.
They're not getting by. They're stuck until we all move. How does this come to be?
Well, I think this started under Mayor Emanuel. And what happens is, like other mayors, they go different places. Maybe they go to Europe, maybe they go to Asia, or maybe they go to other cities in the United States and they think, hey, why don't we have this? And so when you take a look at the Riverwalk, for example, right? Mayor Emanuel went to San Antonio, saw the Riverwalk, and then we went ahead and replicated it, which is great.
This looks nice.
It works perfect.
I could dig it.
Yeah.
And then I think Mayor Daley and Ram were in Europe, and I think they saw the bikes and they're like, oh, you know how this works. And so I think that unfortunately it wasn't planned out correctly. And I listen, I support micro mobility.
Yeah.
And that's what that is, right?
Yeah.
It's bikes, scooters.
Cleaner earth, cleaner
But it's
air.
only for 3 months out of the
No,
year.
but yes and no, because you got to remember
There's people that ride their bikes in the winter.
I'm a bus driver, man. No, they don't.
I've seen it.
No, there's people that need to get to work and unfortunately may not have the means, or it's your bike, and you'd rather take that than public transportation just to save some money.
Yeah.
It's a one-time
Yo,
investment.
you know what they're doing to their bikes?
Yeah.
They put them on the bus.
Yeah. So
Put them on the bus.
Well, hey,
So-
they have to get to the bus stop one way or
They
another.
literally ride their bike to the bus, put it on the bus, and then we go downtown.
So here, I'll say this. As it relates to like micromobility, again, I support that. But there isn't a citywide plan that has really taken into account how people should be moving within the city. And I say that we have cars that drive to an expressway. When you get on the expressway, you know, that's like, it minimizes the amount of disruption. You have so many exits to get on and off. You don't stop at every block. You know, there's going to be exits in between. I think that the city should have taken a look at creating a bike highway system, so that way you get to a spot and then you know, okay, and cars know, everyone knows that this lanes are only for bikes and micromobility, scooters, skateboards, whatever you want to do. We don't do that. And so
I could dig that, though.
that's what I'm saying.
Why aren't they listening to you?
Well, because what happens is this: there's not a citywide plan, and so every alderman has the ability to veto certain investments, and so that's why you'll see sometimes bike lanes protected, and then
And
the 5
some
blocks
other
none,
ones,
and then it goes back again because
yeah.
you're in a different ward. Maybe that alderman or alderwoman is saying,
Yeah, I've
you
definitely
know what?
seen
Not
that.
for me.
Yeah.
Like, and so when you take a look like Grand Avenue, when I became alderman in Grand Avenue by Chicago, there's protected bike lanes there. It's working okay. But we also have to take into account that there's businesses and houses that are along that corridor, and like how are we incorporating the need for vehicles to park there, you know, the businesses to have customers come there.
Yeah.
And so again, it's about having a balance, striking a balance. And so when I inherited that area, I had a couple of meetings, town hall meetings, to talk about the bike lanes, because the city of Chicago was going to put these bike lanes without engaging the community and business community.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, guys,
They're just going to put them.
just put them in. And I'm
Okay.
like, there's a business here
Yeah.
who's relying on people stopping to procure their goods. And you're just saying, hey, we're going to limit your parking.
Yeah.
So let's figure this out. And so we had a couple of meetings, and 90% of the people, 90% of the issues that were brought up were solved for.
Okay.
So we had 10% that were not solved for, right? Which is good. But again, it's about being transparent, having a plan.
They should have been a bus driver there.
What's that?
There should have been a bus driver there.
Yeah. Well, so we have the Chicago Avenue, where it has a mix of bus and bike.
Yeah.
We're making an investment this summer along that corridor because we've listened to bikers and CTA on how they're going to coexist and how we're going to do it in a way that's safe for everyone.
Yeah.
So I think that if there was a better plan, and it's going to be re-educating people in Chicago also, that, hey, there's people that are going to use micromobility options, and how are we going to include them in the commute to and from work. and just for leisure as well. They want to cruise the city. Grand Avenue, for example, you could take Grand Avenue all the way from the suburbs, take it all the way down and end up at Navy Pier.
Oh, wow.
So imagine if we had, planned this out in a way where we incorporate micromobility, having a family coming from let's say Oakbrook, and saying we don't want to drive, we want to go on a long ride, and taking Grand Avenue safely all the way down to Navy Pier, spending money in the city, and then riding back to burn off the calories that they ate at the Navy Pier, right? So
Healthier
putting their bike on the
people.
bus.
yeah, or putting her back on the bus. Again, it would be an option for that person.
No, I could dig it.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could dig it. But right now, it's like Belmont right now is horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible to begin with.
Yeah.
And then they throw these bike lanes, and you're like, we can't move.
Yeah, and you see where it starts and ends, right? So you see that it starts at
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, that's correct. And in Milwaukee West, there's none. But Milwaukee East, there is. And then the further east you go, there's none.
Right.
So it was that alderman or woman that said, hey, I want to have bike lanes. So CDOT, Department of Transportation, is like, hey, we have this funding here for bike lanes. We got a grant. Let's put them there. And you're like, okay, but there's no connectivity, right? So again, if we have a highway for bikes, I think it's a lot smarter.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah, it
and
goes from-
safer.
It goes from Milwaukee all the way down to Western. And then the Western's open. It goes open.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Again, there's no rhyme or reason to that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with your guest.
Yes, we'll be back.
Hungry? Welcome to Bongiorno's, your neighborhood slice of Italy in the heart of downtown at 405 North Wabash. From that first crackle of a hot, thin crust margarita to the aroma of sausage and pepperoni fresh from the oven, this is pizza that stops you in your tracks. Every pie comes out blistered, just right. Bright tomatoes, silky mozzarella, and a crust that holds the fold. Watch the cheese pull. See the slice. Hit the plate. This is the moment you decide what you're eating tonight. And if someone at your table wants something besides pizza, don't worry, there are plenty of tasty options to choose from. Bring friends, bring family, bring an appetite. Dine in, grab a box to go, or order online for pickup or delivery. Open today, see the menu, and start your order now.
Welcome back, guys. And that segment was brought to you by Bongiorno's. Make sure you guys check them out. Amazing food. And we're back with Gilbert Villegas, alderman for Chicago's 36th Ward. And
I'm so glad you said his name and not me.
Yeah, you
I'd be killing names.
You would have butchered it again.
I would have butchered it.
He butchered his own name.
I do. I don't know what it is, but it's always like,
Yeah.
my name is Carlos, and I'll probably
He
mess
called
it up.
himself somebody else last
did
time.
last
You
time.
did, yeah. I was like, bro, that's
It's-
not your name.
It's hilarious. If you watch the show, you're like, he did it again. So, are you ready for a game? Want to play a game?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not too excited, Gil?
Let's see what the game
Let's
is.
go. Come
You
on,
can plead
let's
the
go.
fifth if needed. You
Okay,
know?
there you
can
go.
plead
It's
the
going to be
fifth.
fun. It's
Okay,
going to be fun. High energy. High energy. All right. So this game is called This or That.
Okay.
You're going to pick this or that one, whichever one.
Gotcha.
Right? And when you do, you have to give the reason why you picked that one.
Gotcha.
That particular thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
So I start off really easy. I start with Tom or Jerry, the cat or the mouse?
Ooh. I'm going with Jerry.
Why?
Well, because he always was able to outslick Tom, and always made Tom look like a fool, despite the fact that he was the little guy. So I always root for the underdog.
Okay. You know the underdog was a brat, right? Jerry was a brat. Tom was chilling all the time. He just wanted
But
to chill.
he fell for it.
He always falls for it.
That's right.
It's his fault. Morning person, or are you a night owl?
Morning person.
Morning person.
Morning person, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I served in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And so that
Y'all
kind
were
of
up early.
Yeah, I was up early.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd stay out late, have to be up early, so I had to learn how to do that. But yeah, I'm up early at 5:36 in the morning every morning.
Nice. Before you throw in your question, how long did you serve in the Marine Corps?
4 years.
4 years.
So I was in 1988 to 1992 during the Desert Shield Desert Storm, which was the first battle in the Middle East when Saddam Hussein invaded
Yeah.
Kuwait.
Oh, wow.
So I was 20 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
Well, I'm looking at my 18-year-old going, I was already in Okinawa at your age, at 18.
That's
So I'm thinking to
crazy.
myself,
Man, that's awesome. But every time I hear Okinawa, I hear wax on, wax off.
Oh, Lord.
That's right. Yeah.
He was from Okinawa.
Yeah, that's right. He sure was.
The credit kid.
Yeah.
You're funny.
So, Superman or Batman?
Superman.
Why?
Superman. Well, he had just had a natural talent, and there was always like a perceived wholesome personality, whereas Batman was always kind of like you weren't sure if he was going to help you or not.
Yeah.
Superman was always going to help you.
There was a little darkness to Batman,
exactly.
right?
Superman's like, I got you regardless.
Yeah, that's true. Dubai or Hawaii?
Oh, I've never been to Dubai, but I have been to Hawaii. And I was there a few years ago for a wedding. My mistake was I went to Maui. I did not go to the mainland. So
yeah.
we were stayed at a beautiful location. It was just we were alone over there. So I was like, no, this is not good. So I would, if I went back, I'd go to the mainland.
To the mainland.
You had her all to yourself.
Nah,
He was not liking it.
we were at the resort. We were just there. There was nothing else to explore. So it was not
It
fun.
was just you just had access to what was there, and that was it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Didn't the Brady Bunch go to Maui when their
Yes.
episode? Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have found that cave.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have.
See, he remembers the stuff I remember.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, arroz blanco or arroz con gandules?
So with the arroz blanco, you throwing some habichuelas in there too, or no? Is it just straight up?
Either one.
Oh no,
You can mix them up. Once you get the arroz, you can do whatever you want.
oh,
to
okay,
it.
yeah, I'll take arroz blanco with habichuelas.
Okay.
And the reason why, because you get to moderate the amount of the bean, the jugo to make it the way you want to make it.
The ratio, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
When Jessie Fuentes was here both times, she said she wants a arroz blanco. And why? Because she could throw an egg on top of it. And she could mix it up.
Yeah.
You could sauce it all up.
Oh yeah, we've always the corned beef.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Corned beef. Heard about the corned beef. Do you prefer to call or text?
Ooh, depends. So it depends. So it depends on like, do I have time or not?
Okay.
And in my case, so I'll take to call.
Yeah.
I'll take to call only because that way there's no confusion as to what the message I'm trying to relay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the tone, right? Sometimes
Yeah,
be like,
tone
why are you
matters.
yelling at me? I'm like, because I had caps on accidentally. I'm sorry. Like, come on. It's not personal.
I didn't mean to.
Exactly.
I think I'm a little bit more of who you are. It's like, who's
Okay.
calling me?
Yeah.
Do I really want to talk to you? Or text would be better.
Well, that's where you have the option to say, sorry, I'll call you later.
Yeah, now
a
it
tech
gives you the
option.
option. Yeah, now it gives you the option.
So we're going to go straight to the last one.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
I know we're limited on time, so.
Yep. Chicago pizza or New York pizza?
Oh, no, Chicago pizza all the way.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean the real Chicago pizza. I'm thinking like the tavern style.
Uh-huh.
Right? I mean, I know that Chicago's kind of well known for its deep dish, but I think tavern doesn't get enough respect.
Okay.
And I was just had some tavern style yesterday because I was watching a clip and I told my better half, I said, hey, I think we need to get some pizza from this place.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
So from where?
So this was a place on Grand and Wood, Tortosillo. So it's really good. But their deep dish is a little bit. They're a little bit well known for their pan versus their tavern style. But since this influencer, I went there, and they were able to make this thin crust in a way where it was like cracker thin.
Okay.
So I said, let me try this because I hadn't tried it before. So it was pretty good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But is that your favorite place?
No, my favorite place is in my neighborhood. It's Sorrento's.
Okay.
And the reason why, because I like having sausage on my pizza, and they ain't shy. So
Okay. All right, cool.
Have I tried Sorrento's?
okay, you should try it. It's pretty good.
But the question right now is,
Oh, Lord, here we go. I forgot about that.
have you ever eaten in a place called Pequot's?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have, and Bert's place too.
So both places.
Both
So
places.
you pretty much like them.
Gosh.
Uh-oh.
So I'll say this. I think Bert's place is better than Pequot's, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just a little bit more. but I order mine with a little bit less sauce because I am 55 now, so
Yeah, I'm taking light on the sauce.
Take light on the sauce. All of a sudden, you can't sleep at night, so you got to take it light. But no, Pequod's and Burke Place are very good establishments.
Yeah, awesome. Have you ever heard of a place called Natty's?
I have not. Where's it?
Because no one has.
No one
has.
Okay, cool.
We have had
Because
people.
I'm born and raised in Chicago, so I know almost every joint.
It's
So.
in the south side.
Okay.
51st and Kadzeen.
Not these?
Yeah.
No, so on the south side, I've had like Phil's.
I love
35th.
Phil's.
Best. Yeah. And then Vito and Angelo's on the far south side as well.
Yeah, no. It's a hole in the wall.
Pequod wins again.
Oh, gosh. He's been trying to don't mind him. He gets really excited
How
when
many
people
episodes
don't.
people say Natty's? One, you weren't even here for that person.
I wasn't, but I was here for one that their brother, that was their spot. I believe it was.
The breakdancers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Natty's, is it thin or pan or?
They have thin.
No one knows.
They have thin, but I like their thin. I go for
Okay.
their thin. But that's the pizza that I grew up on.
I was gonna say it's more nostalgic than anything.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Even when I go try it, I'm like, it's still pretty good.
Sure it is. So we'll talk about you a little bit.
Yes.
Gil, who were you when you were 10 years old?
Well, here I'll go back a little bit even further than that. So
Oh.
I'm born and raised in Chicago.
Okay.
I lived in the Lathrop Homes, Diversity and Damon,
Oh.
which is the CHA,
Yeah.
Housing Authority.
Yeah.
My dad was a Vietnam veteran, and so when he returned back, we were able to live at CHA for relatively low for rent. And it was interesting because I didn't realize that I lived in public housing, given the fact that it was very diverse. And really, the only thing in common we had, we were all poor. So
Yeah.
You lived in the projects.
I lived in the projects, and it was a different time though, and that's where I think my upbringing really, I've tried to put that onto my kids as well, because even though my mom and dad were there, we used to go to Boys and Girls Club, me and my brother, all the time, because it was located on the same campus and swimming. But if there was this lady, Miss Wilson, she was an African American lady, and me and her son Quinn were goofing off, and we got caught, and so she, disciplined him and disciplined me, and they called my mom on the phone and said, "Hey, Gil's acting up," and then I got disciplined at home again.
That's
so
right.
those were the times
It's a
when
village.
it was a village, exactly. So, but we lived there until my dad died when I was 8, and so my mom found herself raising 2 boys in the city. Again, we had a really good family network, and so then we moved to North Avenue and Bell, and then we kept moving further west as the area kept getting more expensive.
Yeah.
So this was back in the 80s when we were witnessing gentrification, thank God there was survival death benefits from Social Security, which allowed my mom the ability to work with dignity.
Okay.
Because she worked and we were able to get a stipend.
Yeah.
So my mom got $1,000 for 2 boys
Back then,
up until we were 18. That was huge because it allowed us, as the neighborhoods became more challenging, she had that extra income in order to make sure that we can move.
Yeah.
Right? So we moved to places as good as can be in the city. But again, we had a really good family network. Went to public schools. My brother had the luxury of going to Catholic school his whole 8 years. Then he went to Lane Tech. I was all public, except, I'm sorry, strike that. I was Catholic school for 1 year.
Was your brother older? Younger?
He's younger.
Younger, okay.
Yeah. And went to maternity BVM by Central Park, Monticello and North Avenue.
Yeah.
Went to public schools, high schools. Graduated from Roosevelt High School on the north side. And then didn't know what I wanted to do. And so my mom was always telling me, hey, what about the military as an option? And so 17, I graduated from high school and went right into the Marines.
Oh, wow.
My mom signed a waiver in order to get me in.
Yeah.
And went there because I couldn't afford college, nor were there any trade schools that were available,
Yeah.
like the building trades.
Yeah, not back then.
No,
They,
I would have.
They didn't have that back
No,
then.
I wish there was, because I would have taken really a serious consideration at plumbing. Because I tell people all the time, look, worst case scenario, you just got to mop it up. It's not like electricity; the house burns down.
So
So,
are you pretty good with plumbing?
I understand it. I just don't have the patience sometimes.
So the people on his ward, look at me right now. Call him up if you got something going on.
Yeah. So I understand the mechanics of it, but yeah.
You might have some duct tape. We're good.
There you go.
We're good.
Exactly.
Duct tape fixes anything.
So served in the Marine Corps. I turned 18 in boot camp, and I remember.
You're a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Baby.
Yeah, a baby, and my grandmother, who has since passed away, was notorious for giving you 3 things for your birthday and Christmas.
Okay.
You got a musical card, you got socks, and you got underwears. Every birthday and Christmas.
That is so cute.
Always. So I turned 18 in boot camp,
And
I get a card. Now, in transport, the card breaks. So the music is already playing. So the drill instructor goes, "Recruit Villegas." "Sir, yes, sir." I run over there. He says, "Open it." I open the card, and music's playing. He says, "Now dance." Now, mind you, this is a birthday card, birthday music. So I'm like trying to dance, I guess. And then the next thing you know, it turned into push-ups, sit-ups. It was like more of a mental game.
Yeah.
But that was one of the best things I did because I was not prepared to go to college, nor could I afford it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't want to enter the workforce with no skill and then be stuck. And so it allowed me an opportunity to get some experience. It allowed me the opportunity to become a man and had a lot of pride. My dad was in Vietnam. My uncle was in Vietnam. I served 4 years, and then I came back to Chicago, and then I went to Northeastern Illinois University on the Illinois Veterans Grant. So Illinois does something very good for their veterans. We don't do enough for our veterans, but Illinois does this. You can go to any state university for free.
Oh, wow.
So you can go U of I, Western Illinois, Eastern Illinois, Northeast, Northern. You go for free.
And you had to serve a certain amount of time.
You have to be honorably discharged and work, and then you can go to those schools. And then you couple that with the GI Bill, which I was paying into. It allowed me the ability to go to school for free. So I took advantage of it. And then when I got out, I was 22.
I'm sorry, what did you graduate with?
Northeastern Illinois University.
No, what degree?
Political science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Political science.
Yeah. So it was. My mom worked for the city for almost 30 years. She worked in the Department of Public Health. And my grandmother, the one who used to give the cards, when we lived in Westtown, she was very active politically because she was bilingual. And so at that time, it was more Polish, Ukrainians that were there that were elected. Yeah. And so they would go to my grandmother and say, "Miss Garcia, can you talk to your community to see if they can help?" And I remember as a kid seeing like 3 white guys with suits, and they were talking to my grandmother, and I'm like, what's going on? She's like, "Oh, those are politicians," but I didn't really know what that is.
Yeah, you didn't know what that was.
Until later on, and I was like, "Oh wow, my grandma was like a precinct captain or something." So when my dad died, my grandmother went to these politicians and said, "Hey, my daughter needs to get some type of employment." And so back in the day, when patronage was observed and was legal, my mom got like a job in 2 weeks, which is unheard of now.
Awesome.
They wrote a letter, and next thing you know, my mom was working. Yeah, but she retired from the city. After doing 30 years of service to the city, she's been retired for probably about 12 years now. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So I come back honorably discharged, and then my brother, who had graduated from Lane Tech, wasn't doing much. He was working for a friend of his at a tire shop. And I told him, I said, "Hey, like, what's going on? Are you going to go to school? Like, what are you going to do?" He's like, "Well, I'm thinking about it." I said, "Well, look, I'm going to give you to the end of the summer to make a decision." I said, "Because right now you're working at a tire shop, and I'm not sure if you're going to try to aspire to be like the head tire changer. But you need to get something that's more concrete." And so summer came, and he hadn't enrolled in school, and he was still there. I said, "All right, you're up." Yeah. So we took him to the recruiter, and then he joined the Marines as well. Yeah. So
you unknowingly played a dad role right there.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw also that this was something that put me on a path.
Yeah.
And I saw my brother that was stuck.
That needed a path.
Yeah. And so I said, "Hey, look, let's do this." And so he served in the Marine Corps 4 years. He didn't go overseas because, like, I went overseas. I was in Okinawa, Philippines, Korea, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. My brother stayed in South Carolina his whole 4 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
okay.
he was there. And then now he was, what does he do now? He's an IT guy.
Okay.
But he works with startups.
Okay.
So he worked with Redbox when they first started up.
Nice.
He got acquired. He
Nice.
worked for E-Trade
Okay.
before they got acquired. And now he's working for some company doing IT stuff, and hopefully they get acquired as well.
That's so cool.
Awesome. So you really took your the shoes from your pops in that situation there.
Yeah.
And the thing is with that is that your brother respected you to actually do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, he did, because we were, both me and my mom were kind of really hard on him, going, you got to do something.
Yeah.
Smart kid, like, you got to do something. And so that's why we were very aggressive
Yeah.
on doing that. So I served, 4 years, went to school. I was with Teamsters for almost a decade. I still got my CDL, just so you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
And it's funny because
They're hiring.
I'm 55. I still have my CDL. I drove a truck for 5 years, and then I was an assistant business agent in the Teamsters.
So you
But
still have your CDL?
I still have my CDL. And people
What?
are like,
He has to renew it, so he's keeping it.
yeah. Well, the thing is that they'll be like, why do you have a CDL? And I'm like, well, when they say, is there a doctor in the house? I'm waiting for them to say, hey, is anybody can drive this truck? I'm like, I'm right here, ready to go.
That's so funny.
So I got my CDL, and I've had it for, since I was for
Since
almost 30 years.
forever.
Yeah,
Holy
30
crap.
years. I've just kept it.
Just in
Yeah,
case,
just
just
in
as a
case.
backup.
So I did 10 years there, and then I worked in state government for 5 years as
5
a deputy
years.
director. So with the Illinois Department of Transportation, and then I got recruited to go be the associate director at a not-for-profit trade association where we did infrastructure. So I would be in Springfield or DC advocating for more money for roads, bridges, et cetera, investment in infrastructure. And then I was there for 3 years, and then I got recruited back into government by then Governor Quinn. He wanted me to be the chief of staff at an agency called the Capital Development Board, which does all the vertical construction in the state. So if you think about community colleges, universities, state buildings.
They're going up.
Our job was to manage all those projects. So I had a staff of 125 people,
wow.
$30 million operating budget, and then a $3.9 billion capital program.
Check that out. A kid from the project.
That's right. Kid from the project, CPS, and then 2015 redistricting happened, where they created a new Latino ward on the north side, and I remember I was getting spoken to by Congressman Gutierrez at the time, and he was like, "Hey, you should really consider this." And I was like, "Well, let's see how the field shakes out," because I had just left state government at a consulting company, and so then he's like, "Okay, we're going to give you some time to think about it." And then I said, "Well, let's see how the field shakes up.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some young Latina that comes up that just is like a rock star." And so then the field starts to emerge, and so it was a librarian, a DJ, and a 26-year-old unemployed kid. And so they're like, "Okay, you're up."
Yeah.
And I kept giving demands, and then I just kept running out of excuses. And so 2015 came, I ran. I was successful in 2015, and since then I've been elected 3 times now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You ran because you ran out of excuses.
I ran out of excuses. I ran because I've always had if you look at my career, I've always served. Right?
Yeah.
So whether it was serving our country, whether it was serving our state, I felt like there was an opportunity to serve, but from a legislative side, because I knew what was wrong, in my opinion, what was wrong with government, but it's hard for the average citizen to make changes. So if you're a legislator, then it makes it a lot more easier. It's still difficult, right?
Yeah.
Because I could have the best idea, but I still got to get 25 of my
gotta get
other
it by.
colleagues. I got
Yeah.
to get my colleagues to support it.
Right.
Right.
If they'll get their idea for changing those bike lanes like you want, that'll be nice.
Well, we've spoken about that idea, and we'll see what happens. You got some proponents,
I'm with
some
you,
opponents.
bro. I am totally with you.
Bike highway, right? A bike highway.
Bike
that way we
highway,
have-
yes.
That'd be great.
Let's
And
definitely do
I'd
that.
thank you immediately.
Yeah.
And it's not because they're in my way, but it's just for safety. You know?
It allows for just a different option for micromobility.
Yeah.
And it's safer. And I think
Cleaner
that's what people-
air. I'm all for cleaner air. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. I know we're running out of time here, but I want to give a shout out to, there's always a person in our lives that we don't forget, but we don't mention. And you have 2 kids, correct?
Yeah.
That person, there's a person that gave you 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
Are we still together?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Then-
But more importantly, though, we both realize that those 2 boys are a priority.
Yeah.
And so we have amicable relationship,
Which is very important.
Which is very important.
Yes.
And I tell people that all the time. Because we were younger. We were young.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, I got married when I was 26.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm looking at my son who's 23. He has a girlfriend. I'm like, yo,
Slow down.
Like, slow down. I said, of course, if this is meant to be, it'll happen. But
Yeah.
you should be looking at graduating from school, which they're both going to do in May, and then going to get a job,
Yeah.
learn your craft,
Travel.
go have fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Well, good. I got to stop there, but that was shouts out to her anyways.
Yeah.
We got two beautiful boys.
Yes.
But man, thank you for coming on the show. Is there anything you wanted to tell the people that are watching this? Anything coming up that you want to put out?
Well, I would just ask people to go ahead and follow me on social media. I'm on X, right? It was formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. My team has not gotten me to do TikTok, and I don't think I'm going to do TikTok.
Oh, come on.
I do these videos once in a while.
We
but-
got to get you on TikTok.
As a podcaster,
Yeah.
that's the funnel. You want to start on TikTok.
We gotta get you on TikTok.
60 seconds videos, and then go straight to Instagram.
So my guy Josue makes me do these videos, and so we do these videos, and they're pretty well received and pretty well viewed.
Yeah.
So I think it works, but I just for some reason have been hesitant to TikTok. Maybe I will.
Do it.
Just do it.
So follow me on social media, and then also 36ward.org is my website, and so those folks that live in the ward would encourage them to sign up for our newsletter. We're very active, a ton of information. And then more importantly, just come visit us. We have two offices, one on the northwest side by the Brickyard and the other one by Ukrainian Village by Oakley and Chicago.
What exciting things do you have there for, any visitors?
So at the Bricktown one, it's within the shopping center.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's right there. There's an
for
Aldi's
shopping.
there. There's a
There you
new
go.
restaurant that we were able to recruit. That's a new like a Chinese buffet, but it's really cool because they have hibachi, all you can eat.
I love hibachi.
Oh yeah, so it's really cool, and
Okay.
and the price is right. And then there's other stores within there. And then on my West Town office, Ukrainian Village, it's more. There's a ton of bars and restaurants along Chicago Avenue.
Nice.
So I would definitely encourage people to attend both. Probably you want to meet a late meeting on Ukrainian Village and afterwards go to some of the bars over
There
there.
you
That's
go.
fine. We can meet
Yeah.
over there as well.
Awesome. I'm loving it. I will push the TikTok big time. You're sitting across from a TikTok influencer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She has most of her people there. So when we were talking about the book earlier,
Yeah.
there's huge people there.
Awesome. Yeah.
Encourage
All right,
TikTok.
okay.
Reach different ages for sure.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
So, Gil, I want to tell you, sir, thank you for coming on the show, and you
thank
have
you.
FLAVA.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Although,
That is a double for me. I make that myself.
Awesome.
It's low sodium because I'm a little older.
Yeah.
Sprinkle that on your eggs in the morning.
Oh yeah, no, this is great.
Salads.
Thank you for coming on the
No,
show.
thank you. I appreciate the
Thank you so
opportunity
much.
to
And
have
thank
a
you for
discussion.
what you do and the effort and passion that you put in for giving back for the community, and representation matters. So thank you for
Appreciate
that.
that. Thank you so much.
So this is your boy Los,
And Liz,
and remember, you,
you
have FLAVA.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch?